Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home.
You know, my history with spirituals started as early as I can remember. Grew up in a black church. My mother and father are from Mississippi, the deep south. My father's from Hollandale, my mother's from Beulah, Mississippi. Good luck finding them on the map, right? But these, you know, those roots, that music's been around me since before I was born, and I can recall hearing Mahalia Jackson being played on a record in my grandmother's home, my grandmother and grandfather's home down south, and again, just growing up in the church. So we moved here when I was in about 6th grade, and the church I grew up in was Union Baptist, and we've always had an amazing choir there, and so it's been around me. And then obviously, musically, once you start digging back, you know, in musical history, you know, it's the first folk music in America, you know, gospel music, spiritual music, you know, it's the beginning of blues and jazz, and it's more directly tied to the plantation, right, to the slavery existence, and just kind of that whole part of black history. You know, it's tied closer to that. It's chronologically speaking, it came first. It's on two fronts where this music's impacted me, right? It's obviously before I even had consciousness of it being a part of my life. It was a part of my life. And then me growing up in the church, right? It was directly a part of my life. Even in my music now, so my most recent album, there's a conversation with God. You always find those undertones in my work, or just directly in my work. But when the opportunity presented itself to become a part of the Maryland Spirituals Initiative, it was a no-brainer. And it started off very informal, again, with the mastermind behind pulling all this music together. Barbara Paysour, a dear friend, art historian, historical preservationist, she approached me because she wrote a book about these spirituals, which have a lot of history in Maryland. And then, of course, my mind started spinning because I know how much physical history we have here as far as, you know what I mean, black culture and black history. And here are these songs that have a lot of, they trace back to the Eastern Shore and to Maryland. And I was like, so why don't we record the music in those places?
Heard the voice of Jesus say, come on to me, I'm on my way. Keep your hand on the plow, hold on.
So, I mean, again, the Maryland Spirituals Initiative is essentially about, one, re-recording these songs that have roots in Maryland. These songs that, you know, were definitely sang, because we have all these spots on the Underground Railroad and all these historical places. So you know these songs were sang there, right? So I was like, we should go back and record them there. But along with, you know, re-recording these songs, there's an aim to create an educational curriculum around it. So we plan to partner with Maryland Public Schools. We have some ties with the Smithsonian, but to create this educational curriculum that pulls in art. So think the Ruth Star Rose work, music, history. You know, you can pull from all sorts of, you know, different educational, like, rudimentary subjects and tie them to the spirituals. And so that's our aim with this. We were just trying to build up content, you know, as opposed to going out and talking to people saying, will you support us? We wanted to give them an image. We started gathering content, creating music, doing videos, building the website out. So now we're in the phase of where we're like, okay, let's build awareness. So you get awareness, you create traction around the project, then you're more prone to have folks want to come in and obviously bring their funds and bring their intellect and their energy to really propel it to the next level. So with just the videos we've put out, we've gotten some attraction to help us make these landmarks into parks. right, to actual spaces where, because right now a lot of them in Caroline County, Dorchester County, okay, they're designated historical, but they're not really set up for people to come visit. You know, parking completely restored, open doors hours, right? It doesn't exist. I'm humbled by it. I'm propelled by it. You know, it just makes it, I'm on fire to get this out there and share it with folks. I'm on fire to collaborate with other people.